Good evening, everyone. Hello.
Good evening, teacher. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Hello.
Fine, thank you.
Good, good, good. I'm glad to see you again. Let's get started. Okay. So, what's for today's class? Well, let's go to our books. So we're starting Unit 2 here. And for Unit 2, we say how often or how frequently I do an activity in the workplace. Repeat it with me. How frequently
How frequently,
I
I Mhm. How frequently
how frequently
how frequently
How
I
I,
do an activity
I do
I
an
do an
activity
activity
I do an activity
in the workplace.
in the workplace.
Okay, very good.
today,
Now,
starting the unit 2.
we're starting Unit 2 today. Yes.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Now, for the class objective, we have okay, we say participants
participant
Participants,
Participants
say how often
how often
say
say how
how
often
often
they do different activities
they
they
do
do
they
different
do
different
activities
different
activities
activities
at the workplace.
at
at
the
at
the
the
workplace.
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 Okay, so we're talking about frequency, la frecuencia. De eso vamos a hablar en la sesión de hoy. Okay, how frequently or how often we do different activities at the workplace. So here we go. Okay, let's see. Okay, take a look at this image. You repeat after me and you check your chats as well. Always, repeat it with me.
Always,
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 okay, always,
Always,
a
always,
hundred percent, 100%.
100%,
100%,
Okay, so
100%.
always,
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 okay, usually,
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 usually, okay, usually,
usually,
it is
usually,
90%, okay,
90%,
usually,
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 the next one, normally,
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 normally, okay,
normally,
normally, okay, it is 80%, okay,
80%,
80%,
now, often,
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 all right,
often,
often,
okay, which is 70%, okay,
17%.
all right,
70%,
70%,
now,
70%,
sometimes,
Sometimes.
sometimes,
sometimes, sometimes,
sometimes,
Sometimes.
some,
sometimes,
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 okay,
sometimes,
sometimes is 50%,
50%,
50%,
sometimes
okay,
50%,
and, okay, now the next one is occasionally, okay,
okay,
occasionally,
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 occasionally, occasionally,
okay,
occasionally,
so occasionally, Now, occasionally
Occasionally.
is 30%. 30%.
30%.
30%.
Seldom. Seldom
Seldom.
Seldom.
is 10%.
Seldom. Seldom.
Okay.
Seldom.
Seldom is 10%. Okay.
10%.
Okay. Seldom. All right. And then 5%. Hardly ever. Hardly ever.
Hardly ever.
Hardly ever.
Hardly ever. 5%. And then never. Never. Okay. Never. Zero.
Hardly ever or rarely.
Or rarely. Yes. Hardly
Rarely.
ever or rarely. Yes. 5%. And then never, which expresses a 0%. Okay, there is someone trying to access the class. Give me 1 minute. Someone has problems.
Hola. Al principio sí.
Oh no, it's here. Okay. All right, Oscar is trying to access. Okay, do you have questions so far? Questions? Questions? No? All right, let's check a video. We're going to watch a video right now. Let's go to Schoology, all right? And in Schoology, we have the following video. Okay, look, adverbs of frequency. Okay, let's see. Okay, repeat with me. An adverb of frequency
Another
frequency
tells us
tells us
how often
How often
How
how
often
something takes
something
place. Something takes place, all right?
takes place.
Ok, so los adverbios de frecuencia nos dicen qué tan seguido o a menudo algo pasa. For example, okay, I always, repeat it with me, I always
I always
always
wake up
wake up
at 6 o'clock. At 6 o'clock.
6 o'clock.
6 o'clock.
Okay, very good. In my case, I always go to bed. I always go to bed at 11 p.m. I think 11. Okay, what about you? Give me an example with always. Always.
I always
Mm-hmm.
always wake up at 5 o'clock.
Wonderful. Very
I
good.
always take a lunch.
Exactly. Very good. Okay. Let's see.
take a shower.
Yes. Very good.
I always do exercise at 6 a.m.
Wonderful. Very good. Very good. Okay. Then we have usually. Okay. And in the example, I usually, repeat it with me, I usually come home
I
usually come home
after work. I usually come home after work. You see?
I usually
I usually come home after work.
Okay. In my case, I usually go to bed after work. I usually go to bed after work. Okay. What about you? What about you?
I usually eat dinner after class.
Wonderful. Very good. Okay. Okay. Another
I
example?
usually watch TV
Usually.
in
Okay.
the night.
At night, right? Very
night.
good. All right. Let's see. Another one.
Drink coffee in the morning.
Wonderful. Very good.
Often.
All right. Here comes normally. Oh, we have normally and generally. Look at this one. Normally and generally. All right. So they express 80%. Okay. Let's take a look at an example. I normally swim after school. Repeat it with me. I normally swim after school.
I
I
normally
normally swim after school.
I normally swim.
Okay. I normally eat bread for breakfast. I normally eat bread for breakfast. What about you? This is
I normally drink coffee.
wonderful. Very good. Okay. Another one?
I normally watch it after it.
Oh, after I eat. After I
After
eat.
I eat.
Wonderful. Very good. Okay, with the 70%, we have often or frequently. One more time. Often
Often.
or frequently.
Or frequently.
They express 70%. Okay, take a look at this one. Okay, I often spend Christmas with friends.
I often
spend Christmas with friends.
Christmas.
Okay. I often visit my relatives on weekends. I often visit my relatives on weekends. What about you? Another example? Think of activities.
I often call my mom
Good, right?
after leave work.
Good. Maria Jose, you were saying something too.
I frequently visit my grandma on weekends.
Wonderful, very good. Now we have with a 50%, sometimes. I sometimes play tennis on the weekend. Read it for me. I sometimes play tennis on the weekend.
I sometimes play tennis on the weekend.
Now in my case, I sometimes watch TV. I sometimes watch TV in my case. What about you?
I sometimes go to the mall on weekend.
Good. Okay, that's good. Another one?
I sometimes, excuse me.
Go ahead.
I sometimes go to the store.
Good, very good. Now, Doris, give me your example too.
I sometimes go to the movie theater.
Good, good examples, very good. Let's see. Okay, with the 30%, occasionally. Occasionally, all right? So we say, oh, look, I occasionally eat Vietnamese food. Repeat it with me. I occasionally eat.
I occasionally eat.
I
Vietnamese food.
Vietnamese food.
Or I occasionally visit the theater, the National Theater. I occasionally visit the National Theater, or I occasionally watch movies. Watch movies, I would say. Okay, what about you? Can you think of an action that you do occasionally?
I occasionally go to the beach.
Good. All right. Or I occasionally eat Chinese food.
I occasionally, oh,
Good, good, good. Go ahead.
I occasionally go to gym.
To the gym. All right. That's good.
Gym.
I occasionally go to the room.
All right. Very good. All right. 10% seldom. I seldom go to the library. Repeat it with me. I seldom.
I seldom go to the library.
Go to the library.
In my case, oh, yes. In my case, I seldom, what I seldom do? I seldom go for a walk. I seldom go for a walk. All right. What about you guys?
I seldom go to the park.
Okay, very good, very good. What about the rest? Think of an activity that you
I
do.
don't go to the bus.
Oh, take the bus? Take the bus? Okay, very good. Let's see. Rarely. Or what's another word similar to rarely? Hardly ever.
Hardly ever.
Yes, hardly ever is similar to rarely. So here we go. Okay, so we say, I rarely listen to the radio. Read it for me. I rarely
I rarely.
I
rarely
rarely
listen to the
listen to the
radio.
radio.
the radio.
I rarely listen to the radio.
Good. Okay.
Teacher, what is the difference between seldom and rarely?
Seldom is like saying rara vez, and rarely is like saying raramente. But some people, you got a good question over there. Some people say that seldom and rarely are the same. Some people, si buscamos estas dos en algunas imágenes, por ejemplo, les van a decir que seldom y que rarely son iguales. Y se pueden tomar como iguales. Les van a aparecer seldom y rarely en la misma celda. Porque rara vez o raramente para nosotros es lo mismo. Right. Pero,
Okay.
pero en el libro y acá en el video, rarely es como decir hardly ever, casi nunca. Entonces podemos ver al seldom como rara vez y a rarely como casi nunca. Okay.
Okay, thanks.
Welcome. All right. Now we have the last one over here.
Never.
0%. Never. Never. 0. Look, I never listened to rock music. Repeat it with me. I never listened to rock music.
Never
rock
listen to
I
rock
never listen
music.
to rock music.
rock music.
Okay, to rock music. Oh, in my case, I never, look at this one. I'm going to show you something. Okay, let's go to the images here. Okay, I never eat shrimp. I never eat shrimp. Never. 0%. Okay. Never, never, never.
Why,
Why?
teacher?
Why?
I don't like it.
Really?
I don't like it yet. I don't know why, but I don't like it. So I never eat shrimp. Now
So
another
are
one.
you allergic? No.
No, I don't like the taste. I don't like it. So
Okay.
in any way, I that's not for me. It's not for me. And this one too.
I never eat flor de sote.
Oh, is that the flower? Okay.
Flower de
Me too.
I seldom eat isote flower because my mom likes to cook it, but it's okay for me. Okay, I never eat pork. You see, I never eat pork. I don't like it either. I don't like the taste. Or, for example, I never drink Gatorade.
Coffee.
You never drink coffee? Okay, all right.
I know.
Okay, all right. What about you guys? Give me an example with never. Never, never, never.
I never eat, bueno, no sé cómo decirlo, sopa de patas.
Oh, mondongo soup. Mondongo. Mondongo soup. This one?
Mhm.
Some people call it leg bra. Leg bra.
Oh.
bro.
Like this. Oh, or bone bra. Like bone, the hueso, right? They call it bone bra.
Ever drink tea?
Never drink tea? Okay, bone broth or bone soup. Let's see, should be soup, I guess. Soup. Yeah, it's the same. I like it. I like it though. All right, I think it's good. Okay, good. So you see, so frequency. When we have the words, look, always, usually, normally, often, okay, they are adverbs, son adverbios, okay, de frecuencia, all right. So a frequency adverb helps me tell people how often, con qué frecuencia I do different activities. Okay, so now, what's the first activity? All right, you write examples. One example with always, one example with usually, one with normally, one with often, one with sometimes, one with occasionally, one using seldom, one with hardly ever, and one with never. Okay, in groups. So at the end, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 examples. Okay, 9 examples in groups. Are you ready? Yes?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, now pay attention. Look at the structure. Subject pronoun, repeat it with me. Subject pronoun.
Subject pronoun.
Pronouns.
Frequency adverb. Frequency adverb.
Frequency adverb.
Frequency adverb.
Frequency
Verb.
Verb.
Verb. Okay,
Verb.
verb.
Complement.
All right, so this is the verb and the complement.
Complement.
Okay,
And the complement.
always. This is the structure for all the sentences. Take a look at this. So we have subject pronoun plus frequency adverb, okay,
Adverbs plus
plus
verbs
verb plus
plus complement.
complement. Okay, so this is the structure. Here we go. All right, let's work together to complete it.
Pueden ir diciendo como gusten. Ahí nos podemos ir haciendo una cada uno.
I always launch at 1 p.m.
I always eat lunch. Sería. Para seguir la estructura,
Ah, okay,
la
okay.
estructura que tenemos.
I always dance
I
to the
was
park.
dance, ¿verdad?
Dance. Mhm.
The party. The party. The party.
In the party. En las fiestas. O en la fiesta.
Hoy no vamos a compartir
Party.
pantalla.
Yo estoy en la tablet. ¿Usted puede, Francisco?
Quiero ver yo.
Me carga-
Yo quiero ver ahorita.
No me carga el WhatsApp web cuando estoy en Zoom.
Ah, pero yo solo para que escribamos.
Ok.
Ajá, quiero ver. Ay, pues, así. Oh, oh. Quiero ver. Espérenme. Compartir pantalla. Oh.
I usually drive with sunglasses.
And it's hot.
I sometimes get late to home. To my home. Get late. Get late to home.
Sunglass.
I
Usually,
usually
Drive
drive
with o white. Una with, ¿verdad?
no, with,
TH,
With
with
sunglass.
my,
TH, ¿verdad?
Yes.
sí, TH. ¿Con
With
qué? Perdón,
Sunglass.
anteojos, lentes de sol,
Sí, ajá,
sunglasses.
sunglass.
I
¿Cómo
usually
se-
drive with my
cómo-
sunglasses on. Tienes que decir con mis lentes puestos.
I usually drive with, ¿cómo se escribe lentes?
Son
Sunglass.
S-U-N,
Son,
UN. De sol.
U-N. No, S-U-N.
S-U-N.
son,
N-G-L-A. ¿Qué? G de gato.
Sí.
L, o
G de
G.
G de gato. Después de la N, G de gato.
Te voy a buscar acá.
Ajá, with my sunglasses on. Después de normally viene often, ¿verdad, Francisco? Okay.
Yes.
Thanks.
Diga la de normally usted.
Sí, aquí tengo
Sunglass.
una.
Ok.
Tengo una
Así.
de occasionally y también una de rarely.
Ok.
Number 3.
Sunglasses on. Marisabel, ¿puedes poner al final with my sunglasses on? Con mis anteojos, porque creo que se pone...
Sunglass on.
Ujú.
¿Así?
Pero le borra la C y la L al...
Ay, eso. Y es doble S.
Ok.
Sunglasses, ES. Es el final.
Lentes. Ajá. Así.
Sunglasses, sí.
Ok.
La otra. I normally wake up K-E
Wake up.
espacio U-P
Wake up.
at 6:30. 6:30.
I am, ¿verdad?
Six.
Wake up.
Six.
No, como es hora, tiene que poner 6, 2:30.
Ajá, en números. No nos compliquemos. Si pusiéramos 6:30.
Hola.
Hola, Delmi.
Hola, buenas noches.
Hola,
Buenas
buenas
noches.
noches.
Ayúdenos con la última.
Hola.
Hello, everyone's coming
Hello.
back.
Sí, que me sacó, teacher. ¿Qué pasó? O
Yes.
yo me salí.
No, everybody's coming back. Don't worry.
Ah, ok.
Okay, let's take your examples. One minute. All right, let's start with Francisco, Jessica, and Maria Isabel. What examples do you have?
Okay, number 1, I always dance in the party. I usually drive with sunglasses on.
Normally wake up at 6:30 a.m. Sometimes my niece plays soccer with the other kids.
I often visit my grandmother in the weekend. Maria Isabel.
Isabel,
Okay, I rarely save money in the bank.
Mhm.
I never eat.
Flor de soto.
Flower.
It's very popular. Okay, one observation here. On the weekend.
On the weekend.
On the weekend, and
On the weekend.
you say at a party. At a party. At a party. It is in the tag. At a party. Good examples. Very good. Let's see. Doris, Ever, Sonia, and Victor. What do you have?
Number 1.
Doris. Doris va a poner.
I always eat lunch at 1 p.m.
I usually drink juice with my dinner.
I normally eat dinner at 9 p.m.
I often play soccer.
She sometimes goes to the cinema with her family.
He occasionally takes a shower at night.
He seldom comes to my house.
I hardly ever sleep before at 7 p.m.
I never go to the doctor.
Okay, very good.
Okay.
All right, take a look at number 8. Okay, I hardly ever sleep before 7 p.m. Before 7 p.m. Pronunciation in number 7. She seldom comes. She seldom comes
to my house.
Okay, and
She seldom comes.
Come to my house. All right, great examples, very good examples.
Okay,
now,
thank
let's
you.
check. You're welcome. Damie, Maria, Jose, Mauricio, and Oscar. What do you guys have?
He always goes to work on weekends.
Silent. I usually cook the dinner.
I normally go to work on weekend.
He often eats hot dogs to lunch.
I sometimes get late too.
My mother occasionally makes breakfast.
I seldom visit my grandfather's.
His brother hardly ever takes a shower at night.
I never eat after exercising.
All right, very good job, very good. Now we have in number 4. He often eats hot dogs for lunch.
Okay.
Number 5, I sometimes get home late. And then pronunciation in number 7. I seldom visit my grandparents. I seldom visit my grandparents.
I seldom visit my grandparents.
I seldom visit my grandparents.
Okay, very good. Now, good job. All right. Now, as you can see in all the examples, we conjugate the verbs in simple present. You see, we always say, see, my mother never cooked lunch, you see? So we conjugate the verb in third person. We say cooks. Okay. Now, or we say he always, you see, takes the bus, you see? So we conjugate the verbs in present simple. Okay. Now, let's take a look at this conversation. Here we go. Okay, look at this conversation. Repeat with me. We have 2 people. We have Ava and Kato. So Ava says, what is a typical Japanese breakfast, Kato?
What is a
What is a typical Japanese breakfast, Kato?
Japanese breakfast, Kato.
Well, we usually have fish, rice, and soup. Well,
we
usually
have rice
rice and salt.
And soup. And
And
soup.
soup.
And soup.
And soup.
Fish for breakfast. Fish for breakfast.
For breakfast.
That's interesting. That's interesting.
That's interesting.
Oh, it's really good. It's really good.
Oh, it's really good.
Oh, it's really good.
It's really good.
Sometimes we have a salad too.
We have
a
salad too.
But we never have coffee.
But we
never have
We
coffee.
never have coffee.
Really? What do you have?
Really? What do you have?
What do you have?
We always have green tea. We always have green tea.
We
always
have
have
Green tea.
I love green tea.
I
love
love
green tea.
Listen, my family usually has
My family
usually has
a Japanese style breakfast
a Japanese style breakfast
on weekends.
weekend.
Why don't you come to my house
Why don't you
Why
come
Don't you come to my house
on Sunday?
On Sunday.
on Sunday?
That's very nice of you, thanks. That's very nice of you, thanks.
Thanks,
That's
very
very
nice.
nice.
Very nice of you. Thanks.
Do you have questions about this conversation? Questions? No?
No.
Okay. Practice the conversation in pairs, all right? So here we go. So let's practice in pairs, all right? Okay. 1 minute. Here we go. Let's see.
Hello, Doris.
Pueden ver bien así.
Sí, gracias.
No sé quiénes comenzamos. De dos en dos.
Sí.
Have green tea.
I love green. Hello.
¿Y dónde está acabando de las tareas? No sé si en la primera o en la dos, que hay un espacio para escribir que una vez había...
Soup. Soup.
Fish for breakfast? That is interesting.
Oh, it's really good. Sometimes we have a salad too, but we
Entonces, quiero ver. Ingrid.
Coffee.
Really? What do you have?
We always have green tea.
I love green tea.
Listen, my family usually has a Japanese style breakfast on weekends. Why don't you come to my house on Sunday?
That's very nice of you. Thanks.
Okay.
Entonces ahora Ever es Eva.
Eva.
Okay, voy. What is a typical Japanese breakfast, Keito?
What is a typical Japanese breakfast, Cairo?
Well, we usually have fish, rice, fish, rice, and soup.
Fish for breakfast? That's interesting.
It's really good. Sometimes we have a salad too, but we never have coffee.
Really? What do you have?
We always have green tea.
I love green tea.
Listen, my family usually has Japanese style breakfast on weekend. Why don't you come to my house on Sunday?
That's very nice of you. Why don't?
Oh my God.
Okay. All right, take a look at this. These are frequency adverbs, you see? All the frequency adverbs we know. And one question, look, do you ever have fish for breakfast? Repeat the question with me.
Do you
Do you
ever
ever
Do
fish
add
have fish
for
for
breakfast?
Ever hate
Do
fish
you
breakfast?
ever have
For
fish
breakfast?
for
Okay, so this is one question to ask about frequency. Questions. Questions about frequency. Number one, do you ever, repeat it with me, do you ever?
Do you ever?
Do you ever?
Ever?
Do you ever
do you
in
ever
Spanish is like saying, okay, do you ever eat fish for breakfast? Do you ever? Okay. Do you ever eat fish for breakfast? Con esta pregunta quiero saber si en algún momento usted come pescado en el desayuno, right? Do you ever eat fish for breakfast?
I
Never.
never eat fish
Ever.
for breakfast.
So,
Never.
I
say,
never.
no, I never.
Ah, no, no tenemos que responder.
No. You say no. I never.
I never.
Ever.
Ever.
I never.
No, I never.
Eat fish for breakfast.
Question number 2. How often, okay, how often do you, all right?
Puede ser también como qué tan seguido.
Sorry?
por eso le digo,
Pongámosle mute el micrófono si está muy fuerte el ruido. Gracias. What was your question?
Do you cook, King?
Okay.
No.
Oh, okay. So let's make the question. Yes. How often do you cook? Okay. How often do you cook? How often? Tell me.
I cook every day.
Usually. I always cook.
Usually, I cook every day.
I always cook. Okay. All right. All right. Good.
I always cook.
Now, the next one. Do you ever?
Okay.
Do you ever? Do you ever? Do you ever drink beer for lunch?
Never.
I ever drink.
Never. Do you say
I never.
I never.
I never drink
beer for lunch.
I don't believe you. Okay.
And you?
Me,
And you?
I sometimes drink beer for lunch. Sometimes. On weekends.
Nice.
On weekends.
Yeah.
Yes.
Nice.
All right. So you see, do you ever, alguna vez? How often? ¿Con qué frecuencia? Right? How often? Do you have questions? Questions so far? 2 questions about frequency. Do you have questions? No? Okay. Let's go to the exercise. All right. So here we go. We say, look, To make questions, okay, the question form is the following. We have the auxiliary do or does, look. The subject pronoun, the frequency adverb, the verb, and the complement. Subject, auxiliary, do or does, subject pronoun, frequency adverb, verb, complement. Okay, for example, we can say, okay, do or does. Okay, let's say does.
Does your mom usually go
to the
the
church?
market?
Go to the market. Does your mom usually go to the church? Go to the market. How
do you often
How often do you
we can hear
make a cake?
Can you hear me?
now?
Okay, what's the answer? What's the answer to the question?
How often do you make a cake?
What's the answer to this question?
Yes.
Okay, yes.
Yes. She usually go to the church of
Go
Goes.
goes
to the church.
Goes
on
to
Sunday.
church.
To church.
Okay.
On Sundays.
On Sundays, okay. I can say the extra information here. On Sundays. Okay. Or short answer, like Maria Jose said. Yes. Yes, she does. Okay.
She does. Yes,
Now,
she does.
this is the question where I use the frequency adverb. You see? Okay. You see, this is the question form. Okay. Does your mother or does your mom usually go to church? Yes. She usually, oh, okay, there's a D over here. She usually goes to church on Sundays. Or, yes, she does. Okay. Now, today's last activity. Read the instructions for me. Read the instructions. Okay, so it says, make a list. Repeat it with me. Make a list.
Make a list.
Make a list.
Make a list
Make a list
of activities
of activities
that you do at work.
that you do at work.
That you
do at work.
You
at work.
do at work.
Say how often.
How
Say how
Say how
you do the activities.
Say how often
Say how often do
you do the activities.
do the activities.
For example, in my case, I always speak English.
I always speak English. I never print. Print person.
Okay, I never print material for students. You see? Another one,
I never print material for students. Usually.
okay, take a look at this one. I usually message
Usually message
My
my
students.
students.
My student.
okay, okay, you see? I
I rather.
take a look at this one. Take a look at this one. I rarely
I really.
I
I
rarely
rarely
I
speak
rarely
in
speak in
Spanish
Spanish
to
to
my
my
students.
students.
okay.
Students.
So this is what you have to do. Make a list of activities you do at work, but say how often you do the activities. Like this. This is the example, okay? Are you ready? Yes?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Vamos a trabajar en parejas para que se ayuden, ¿ok? No es una conversación, es hacer una lista, pero van a trabajar en parejas para que se puedan ayudar. Help your classmate, ¿ok? Here we go.
Cuatro cada.
It depends. 5 activities, 6 activities, all right? 10, it's your decision, all right? Here we go.
Okay.
Creo que estaba como en un río, no sé. Pero lo miraba todo así. Y de nada, todo lo que pasó.
Ahí. Esta es la primera mía. Siempre dejo mi área de trabajo limpia.
Ready. My work area, Titi.
Es ordenada, perdón.
We say tidy, tidy.
Okay.
Ahora uno usted.
I always check the mail. First time in the morning.
In the morning.
In the morning.
I always check the mail first time in the morning. ¿Así?
Sí.
Vamos a ver, otra que hago yo. Usually
Pues sí, ¿por qué los has dejado ahí?
eat after
¿No sale mejor horas laborales? No. No. No sé, no sé si es lo
Quiero-
más correcto decir.
Quiero
No
ver
sé.
cómo se dice.
Mauricio.
Perdón. Ahorita solo 3 he hecho. I usually go to the hospitals.
Haces como visitas.
Sí, más o menos. Como reviso equipo médico, revisamos, entro a los hospitales de vez en cuando, usualmente. Ujú. I rarely practice English in my job. I always repair medical equipment.
Lo que hacía era cuando leer. No, una.
No solo una es. I
seldom make. ¿Verdad?
Make dinner.
I seldom make dinner. Y hacer es take, ¿verdad?
Take.
Hacer. Ajá.
Tomar.
I seldom make dinner. Okay. Sometimes es alguna vez, ¿verdad? Algunas veces, a veces.
Sometimes, a veces.
A veces. Sometimes. Sometimes.
Teacher, have a question.
Tell me.
Go to shopping.
Está bien estructurado si yo pongo I normally go to the room in the morning.
I normally go running in the morning. Like this. Go running in the morning.
Running sería ahí
Yes.
ya conjugado.
Exactly. It's because running is an activity. So I use it normally, right? What's the frequency adverb?
Okay, y si lo dejo, I normally exercise in the morning.
Yes, it's good as well. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I always speak for radio with my partners. I always speak for radio with my partners. I usually use the telephone for my work.
Hi, teacher. We have a question.
Sure, tell me what's your question.
How do we say horas laborales o
work hours? Work hours.
Ok.
Yes.
Está bien.
Yes.
Okay. Ah, pues nos estábamos complicando.
Good, good.
Teacher, sinónimos, tal vez.
You can say in my shift, which is your turno, right? In my shift. Or you can say in my working hours. You could also say working hours with ing.
Ah, okay. Okay, okay.
Thank you.
Or
Thank
you can say I never sleep at work. At work. You could also say that.
Okay. Thank you.
Study English
In my free time. In my free time.
Ahí está.
Have you ever
Hello, hello, hello. All right, let's get ready to finish today's class. Now let's take a look at Jessica Villa and Oscar's examples.
Okay. Que diga primero Jessica, los de ella.
Okay. Thank you. I always check the mail first time in the morning. I normally take my lunchtime at 1 p.m. I rarely receive visit in the office time and occasionally speak English my free time at the office.
Wonderful, very good job, very good. All right, let's see. Oscar?
I always leave my work area tidy. Tidy?
Yes.
I usually eat before start to work. I occasionally leave my work in my lunchtime. I sometimes play football after my work with my co-workers.
Wonderful, very good job, very good. All right, okay. Let's see, now let's check, all right. Let's check Ever and Ingrid.
Okay. And I never arrive late for my work. I always speak for telephone with my boss. I always speak for radio with my partners. And I often check my email. And I rarely speak English with my partners.
All right, good job, very good, very good. All right, just one observation. I always speak to my partners on the radio,
I always speak
to my partners on the radio.
To my partners.
On the radio. And the first one, I never arrive at work late. I never arrive at work late.
At work late.
Good. All right. Ever, go ahead.
Thank you. And
Okay.
I always have meeting with my partners. I use the WhatsApp every day in my work. I sometimes travel to Santa Ana. I often check my email. I normally go to my house at 7 p.m. I sometimes help people to connect to internet.
Good. Great job. Great job. Very good. All right. Let's see. Let's check. Damie, Doris, and Sonia.
Okay. I always check my emails.
I always review the budget.
Okay.
I hardly ever watch my cell phone during my working hours.
I usually answer my phone calls.
I often call to customers.
I never arrive at work late.
I normally have meetings with clients.
I usually at the office.
Good job. Good job. Very good. All right. Let's see.
Okay.
One observation here. Let's see. Number 3. I hardly ever use my phone. Use my phone during my working hours. Exactly. Now, number 5. Eliminate to. So you just say, I often call customers. Number 6, pronunciation. I never arrive at.
I never arrive at.
I never arrive.
Arrive at. Good. That's it. Very good job. Very good. Okay. Now, let's check Francisco and Maria Isabel.
I always speak Spanish at work. I never drink coffee. I seldom make dinner. I sometimes go to the shopping. I hardly ever exercise.
Good. Very good. Continue.
I normally exercise in the morning. I always audit mails and call every day. I usually have meeting on Monday. I occasionally have meeting with the staff.
Wonderful. Good. Good job. Good job as well. All right. So 3 observations regarding pronunciation. Number 1, I sometimes go shopping.
Sometimes go shopping.
And the next one, exercise. Good. Very good. I think those are only 2 observations. Okay. Great job to everybody. Great job. All right. Questions about today's session? Questions? No? No? Piece of cake, right? Piece of cake. All right. Now, can you talk about the frequency of activities you do at work now? Yes or no? Can you talk about frequency of activities? Yes, right. Very good. All right, so that's it for today's session. Practice the vocabulary. Look.
Okay.
Look, I want to show you this before you go. Okay. Look, these are some images I sent to the group. You see, this is in the WhatsApp group. How often, you see the question and the frequency adverbs, you see. And here, some others. Aquí tenemos otros que no vimos en la sesión de hoy, pero que vamos a usar durante las siguientes. Once a month, you see, in the meaning. Twice a month, 3 times a month, once a week, twice a week, 3 times a week. So this is for the next classes. And here we have some other vocabulary. Okay, study the vocabulary and I will see you tomorrow. Okay, so let's take the attendance first. So here we go. Attendance. Ok, Demi Alas de Caballero. Demi estaba por acá. Eso problemas de conexión. Ok, let's see. Oscar Díaz Argueta.
Present.
Ok, Claudia Flores is working. She has a new schedule. Let's see. María Flores Ramírez. María Isabel.
Present.
Ok, Mauricio García.
Present.
Sonia García de Ortiz.
Here.
María José Martínez Orellana.
Here.
Carla Montesinos.
Here.
Ingrid Morales. Víctor Ramos Romualdo. Estaba acá. Pero...
Present.
Ok. Doris Rauda.
Present.
Mónica Meléndez. Not here today. Let's see. Eva Rodríguez.
Present.
Cristina Patricia Sasso had some problems for today's class. Okay. Nora Valdés. ¿Recuerdan haber visto a Nora? Yo no recuerdo.
No.
No, right. Okay,
No.
thank you. So, Francisco Javier Velázquez.
Present.
And Jessica Vitz.
I'm here.
Wonderful. Right, guys? Thank you for
Thank
joining class.
you.
See you tomorrow.
Thank you,
Bye-bye.
teacher.
See you.
Bye bye.
Teacher, bye.
Goodbye.
Bye. Thank you.